Welcome back to Meg's Mysteries, all my new and old listeners. Welcome. This is called Midnight Catering. Eve Midnight here, and yes, that's my real name. My parents thought it would be fun. Our last name is Midnight, and I was born at the stroke of 12 midnight on New Year's Eve. Do you think that's funny? Well, my brother's name is Everett Midnight. We are twins. We both are owners of the family's catering business called, you guessed it, Midnight Catering. It was started by our grandfather in the 40s and still going strong even now. We took it over after our parents decided to retire to sunny Florida. We're both chefs and we're so busy, especially this time of the year, the holidays. Everyone wants us. There's a waiting list and some of our regular customers. We just finished with all our Christmas parties and now working on New Year's. The wealthy family always reserves us every year since my grandparents opened the place in the 40s. The family name is the Westmores, the New York Westmores. Their mansion sits in Manhattan and is larger than Gracie Mansion and much older, built in the 1740s by the first Westmore, who made their wealth in the shipping industry. Their New Year's parties are legendary. Everybody who is anybody wants to attend. So we have our work cut out for us, but we keep it the same as the first catering party that my grandparents catered. That's the one thing, we must keep it exactly the same. Maybe the ghosts of their ancestors are still attending. We set up at 10 and guests will start to arrive around 11. We've done it so many years it's like clockwork. Even in our teens we helped out and our parents were in charge, but now it's up to us. This year is different. We were both invited as guests. Our staff can handle the rest. So after we set it up to our standards, we left to get ready. It's a black tie affair. I saved up for a gown and Everett rented a tux. He said, I only need it for a one-time event. Why buy one? The party was moving along. Everybody was having their glasses filled with expensive champagne and the hors d'oeuvres are being served. A sit-down dinner will be later. The real party with dancing will be after the ball drops. They go all out for this, but with their money they can. Just at the end of the meal, the dessert and cordials were being served. The family had their special vintage port, and the rest of us had the least expensive cordials. They toasted their guests and said goodbye to the past year. The elder Westmore said, Thank you all for joining. We had a stellar year and are looking forward to the new year. We all raised our glasses to toast them. That's when it all went downhill. The whole Westmore family grabbed their throats and dropped dead. No one was left of the original family. All poisoned right in front of us. Police were called in and we were all questioned for hours, guests, staff, and especially us. It was a fast-acting poison in their special port. But why and how? I personally supervised everything. How did this happen? Right under our noses. After hours of grueling questioning, we were all released. A note was found on the desk of the head of the family. The note said, You and yours will be dead before the new year. Your sins will be revealed and justice will prevail. The ghosts of the past are always near. You'll not see another new year. The investigator who found the note was a friend of my brother's, and he told us what it said. He knew we wouldn't tell a soul, and maybe we can help with the case. We have known the family for years and worked in the house every New Year. It was done on very old paper and in the old handwriting. It looked like it was written very, very long ago. The lab will check it out, just how old it was. This is getting too strange. The police think the family must have had some shady business dealings with corrupt people. Maybe a rival family, or maybe someone that they hurt, innocent people along the way. The wealthy do make enemies over the years, so the police will be looking into it all. But I had a different, crazy idea. It seems the note did say, "Ghosts of the past are near." I always felt uncomfortable when we were working there, like someone was always watching, but no one was there. It happened every year. I remember once when we were helping out. I was 15, and I had to go down to the wine cellar and get Mr. Westmore's vintage expensive port wine. The butler had to come with me and unlock the cabinet for me. I grabbed a couple bottles just for the family. As I was leaving, I heard a whisper in my ear. "Hope he enjoys this year. His years are numbered." I said, "What'd you say?" to the butler. He said, "I said nothing. Be careful with those bottles." And then he locked up and he left me. As I was going up the stairs, I saw a figure pass right through the wall. But I was tired and I thought, I'm imagining it all. But now, come to think of it, maybe it is haunted down here. The ghosts maybe had enough of the family. Could they have been taking their revenge? And for what? So I did my own investigating into the family's history. They must have done something awful in the past. Everett told me to let the police handle it, but it was our reputation and our catering job, and poisoning was not a good thing on our resume. I found out a lot about the family that they had hidden. The ghost can't be a family member. No family died in the house or tragically in the mansion. But some of the servant girls in the 40s and 50s, they've gone missing, never to be found. Maybe the missing girls are now taking their revenge, and a family member was the monster who hurt them, and the family covered it up? The police confirmed that it was the vintage port with the poison that killed the family. They checked the wine cellar, and behind the cabinet that held the port was a brick wall. Behind the brick wall was mummified bodies of the servant girls. They dated back to the missing girls of the 40s and 50s. So what did it? What all those years ago? Was there a secret tunnel and passageway behind the wall? Someone bricked them up with the special bottles of wine to hide them. Maybe someone knew and years ago poisoned the port wine. Only the family drank it, and it was this year's bottles that did them in. I guess all those years ago I really did see the ghost of the murdered girls. They were trying to tell me. But now they have found peace and the whole family line is no more. That was the downfall of the Westmores. The sins of the past finally caught up with them. Who knows, maybe they were still killing and hiding deadly secrets behind their walls. The police will be looking into any missing girls and checking the whole mansion. I hope the ghosts are all finally at rest now. I guess that was their last toast, and not a very happy new year for the Westmores. I hope you liked this story. Hope you all have a nice, happy new year, and come back for Meg's Mysteries. See you next year.